One of the most important features in Gather you'll want to focus on when you begin collecting information from your new family will be the death certificate task. Information added here will be pulled to all other locations in Gather for this case, such as aftercare tasks and auto forms, which we will cover soon, cutting down on double entry for you and your team, providing consistent information throughout the case, and ultimately saving you time. There are two specific places from the Organize page that you can access this task. The first will be from the left side of your task completion bar just above the two task lists. When you first begin, your progress will be at 0% for the vitals and will increase with each section of the DC task that is completed. This will allow you to track the status of the task without having to click into it. The second location you can access this task will be from your list of standard tasks on the left-hand side of the Organize page. The workflow you choose will determine where this task will fall on the list, but will typically be towards the top as one of your first priorities. The task will show how many sections have been completed and how many are remaining out of 10. As discussed in another video, one of the greatest benefits of Gather is the family collaboration. If you feel like your new family is up to it, feel free to assign this task to one of the family helpers for them to complete on their own even before the arrangement. To do this, you can click on the three-dot menu and select Assign Task and select who will be working on this. For this case, we have Ladaya working on the death certificate. If there are any details they don't know during the arrangement, they can always add in what's missing later on if they have been assigned the task. The death certificate section is set to a default Gather configuration, but if there are missing fields that your state requires or fields you find you don't need, please reach out to your account manager and they can assist with customizing this section for you. Fields can also be customized to be required or not required. The percentage in the top left of the task will again keep you updated on your progress in collecting the vital statistics for this case. Once whoever is working on this task is finished with entering the vitals, they can lock the information by clicking on the lock icon here. This will indicate to your staff that this information is good to use and will prevent the family from going back in to change anything later. The DC task can always be unlocked by a member of your staff if the family does not need to make a change. You'll notice three icons in the top center of the page, and we'll come back to those in just a moment. Currently, we are on the Questions tab. Just below these icons, you'll see all of the death certificate categories across the top. Feel free to jump to any of them one at a time, but today we will scroll through it in order. Below your categories, you'll notice the toggle to switch from Director View to Family View that we discussed in another video. If you're collecting the vitals with the family in person, turn this toggle to Family View. This will prevent any sensitive questions that the family does not need to see so that you can answer them when they are no longer present, such as time of death. Since Gather allows you to add or hide certain fields, your funeral home can have more than one DC configuration. If sometimes you only need to use an abbreviated version, you can create other configurations by clicking on the three-dot menu next to Default Configuration on the right, or reach out to your account manager to have them help you customize this. Other configurations might be used for ship-ins, trade cases, or other instances where you don't need to collect the vitals in their entirety. As you fill in the required fields for each section, the sections will turn green and your progress percentage will go up. Once you have reached the bottom, you'll see a place to leave notes as well as a button to approve answers. Clicking on this button will take you to the next page where you can enter in the informant's information. You can add the individual brand new by inviting them in together or just by preserving their information, or you can choose from your list of already invited helpers. Here, you also have another place to lock this information. We are now on the second icon in the top center, the Approval tab with the thumbs up icon. If you need to print or save the information collected in the section onto one page, simply click on the Overview icon to view the entirety of the death certificate or print it. This is also a great page to have open as you're copying and pasting this information into your state's death registry system. To return to your Organize page, click on the back arrow in the top left corner.